morning, children. I am again present with the same lesson, Indigo. We remember that in last video we have read that judgment was postponed for several days, and for those days Gandhiji was released. Gandhiji was at his liberty. In between, all the influential lawyers with Rajendra Babu had come to Gandhiji to advise him. First of all, when Gandhiji asked them that if he was sent to jail, what they were going to do, they told that they would go back to their house. But when Gandhiji told them about the problem of sharecroppers, finally they agreed to help Gandhiji. Even they were ready to follow Gandhiji into jail. Now let's see. Several days later, Gandhiji received a written communication from the magistrate informing him that the Lieutenant Governor of the province had ordered the case to be dropped. Civil disobedience had triumphed the first time in modern India. After several days, Gandhiji got a communication. Children, communication means your message, something that is communicated. So Gandhiji got a communication, a message from the magistrate. What was the message? The message was that the Lieutenant Governor of the province had dropped the case, had withdrawn the case. Lieutenant Governor of the province. What is province? Province means a principal administrative division of a country. That time Bihar was a province of British India. So the Lieutenant Governor of Bihar had withdrawn the case. That message Gandhiji got from the magistrate. So it was the victory of Gandhiji, triumph of Gandhiji. It was the triumph of civil disobedience led by Gandhiji. What is civil disobedience? Civil disobedience is disobedience with civility in a mannerful way. Gandhiji had disobeyed, but mannerfully, and finally he had won. Gandhi and the lawyers now proceeded to conduct a far-flung inquiry into the grievances of the farmers. Now the inquiry started by Gandhiji and his other colleagues, other lawyers. A far-flung inquiry. Far-flung means, the base meaning of far-flung is widely spread, remote, but here detailed inquiry. So Gandhiji with his friends started detailed inquiry into the grievances of sharecroppers of Champaran, into the complaints of sharecroppers of Champaran. Means Gandhiji wanted to know that how far their complaints were justified. Depositions by about 10,000 peasants were written down and notes made on other evidence. Documents were collected. In inquiry, what did they do? They collected all the documents relating to sharecropping system. They took written statement of about 10,000 peasants. They collected all other evidences. The whole area throbbed with the activity of the investigators and the vehement protests of the landlords. The whole area of Motihari, the whole area of Champaran was full of the activities of the lawyers who were engaged into inquiry, investigation, and the protest, the objection made by the landlords, British landlords. They were also not sitting idly. They were trying to protest. They were trying to object vehemently, strongly. So, those days, nothing but only the activities of the lawyers and the protest by the landlords were seen in whole area of Champaran. In June, Gandhiji was summoned to Sir Edward Gate, the Lieutenant Governor. Before he went, he met leading associates and again laid detailed plans for civil disobedience if he should not return. In June, he was called by the Lieutenant Governor of Bihar. Who was Lieutenant Governor of Bihar that time? Sir Edward Gate. I have already given you his introduction. Sir Edward Gate in June called Gandhiji. Before going to meet him, Gandhiji went to meet his own colleagues, own associates, and they all made a plan for second civil disobedience. They made a plan that if Gandhiji would not return, if Gandhiji would be sent to jail, if Gandhiji would be arrested, then they had to start civil disobedience. Gandhi had 4 protracted interviews with the Lieutenant Governor who, as a result, appointed an official commission of inquiry into the indigo sharecropper situation. Not 1 and 2. Gandhiji had 4 interviews, 4 protracted interviews. Protract, word, means prolonged, extend, protracted, adjective. Generally, third form of verb is used as adjective also. Protracted means lengthy. Gandhiji had 4 lengthy interviews with the Lieutenant Governor, and consequently, as a result, one inquiry commission was appointed. Why was this commission appointed? To make inquiry, to investigate the problem of sharecroppers. The commission consisted of landlords, government officials, and Gandhiji as the sole representative of the peasants. Now, who are the members of this commission? The members of this commission were officials, authorities, government authorities, landlords, British landlords, and from the side of peasants, Gandhiji. Gandhi remained in Champaran for an initial uninterrupted period of 7 months and then again for several shorter visits. When Gandhiji went to Champaran, uninterrupted, without break, continuously, he stayed in Champaran for 7 months. And thereafter, he made several short visits to Champaran. The visit, undertaken casually on the entreaty of an unlettered peasant in the expectation that it would last a few days, occupied almost a year of Gandhiji's life. Gandhiji had paid his visit to Champaran on an entreaty of an unlettered means illiterate, entreaty means urgent request, entreat, it has come from entreaty, entreat is verb, means to request, entreaty, noun, urgent request. Gandhiji had paid his visit to Champaran on request of an illiterate sharecropper, Rajkumar Shukla. When he had visited, he had thought that hardly it would take a few days. But it took almost 1 year of Gandhiji's life. The official inquiry assembled a crushing mountain of evidence against the big planters, and when they saw this, they agreed in principle to make refunds to the peasants. But how much must we pay? They asked Gandhi. The inquiry commission had assembled, had collected a large number of evidences against the planters, against the landlords. Crushing mountain means a large number of. And when they saw this, they agreed in principle to make refunds to the peasants. And when the landlords saw that there were a large number of evidences against their injustice, then they were ready to refund the money to the sharecroppers, return the money to the sharecroppers. But they asked Gandhiji that how much they would have to return. They thought he would demand repayment in full of the money which they had illegally and deceitfully extorted from the sharecroppers. They thought, means the landlords thought, that perhaps Gandhiji would force them to return almost all the money which they had cheated, which they had forcefully snatched from the farmers, from the peasants, deceitfully, which they had extorted. Extort means to take forcefully, snatch, grab, and deceitfully. Deceit. Deceit means the act of deceiving. Deceitful, fraud, cheat, deceitfully by cheating. How had they collected money? By cheating. By cheating the farmers, they had collected a lot of money, and they thought perhaps Gandhiji would force them to return all the money. He asked only 50%, but to their amazement, to their great surprise, Gandhiji did not force them to return all the money. Gandhiji asked them to only return 50% of the money which they had extorted from the peasants. There he seemed adamant, writes Reverend J. Z. Howells, a British missionary in Champaran who observed the entire episode at close range. There he seemed adamant. Gandhiji seemed to be rigid on his point. Gandhiji seemed to be adamant on his point. Who has told this? A British missionary has told this. J. Z. Howells, a British missionary who was in Champaran, who had observed all the episode from very close. He says that Gandhiji seemed to be adamant. It seemed that Gandhiji at any cost would force the landlords to return 50% of their money. Now children, missionary. The word has come from mission. The meaning of mission, I strongly felt it. Mission means also an important assignment given to a person or a group of people. Missionary means relating to mission, especially a religious mission or charitable mission. And missionary also have meaning some persons sent on the mission, particularly religious mission or charitable mission. So here a British missionary means a British who was sent on religious mission to India. So here this missionary J. Z. Howells has to say that Gandhiji seemed to be adamant. It seemed as Gandhiji would force the British landlords to return 50% of their money at any cost. probably that he would not give way, the representative of the planters offered to refund to the extent of 20%, and to his amazement, Mr. Gandhi took him at his word, thus breaking the deadlock. But the landlords had to say that they would refund only 25%. Gandhiji told them to refund 50% of their money, but the landlords had to say they would refund only 25%. So this was the deadlock, this was the disagreement. But to the great surprise of that British missionary J.J. Hose, Gandhiji broke the deadlock. Gandhiji broke the disagreement, and he was ready for 25% of refund also. This settlement was adopted unanimously by the commission. Unanimous means in complete agreement. Unanimously means by everyone. So this settlement, this agreement means the British landlords have to refund 25% money. This settlement, this agreement was accepted by each and every member of commission. Gandhiji explained that the amount of the refund was less important than the fact that the landlords had been obliged to surrender part of the money and with it part of their prestige. Therefore, as far as the peasants were concerned, the planters had behaved as lords above the law. Now the peasants saw that he had rights and defenders. He learned courage. Gandhiji has to say that money was not of much importance. How much they refunded, it was not important. Gandhiji says that the British landlord had not only to refund their money, but with money they had to surrender their prestige also. That is important. The landlords who thought themselves earlier above any law, now they thought that law is for them also. That is important. And the more important thing is that the peasants thought that they had someone to defend them. Law is for them also. They had also their rights. Their fear was removed. That is the most important thing. Events justified Gandhiji's position. Within a few years, the British planters abandoned their estates, which reverted to the peasants. Indigo sharecropping disappeared. Events justified Gandhiji's position. Position means here point of view. Gandhiji was correct. Gandhiji's point of view was correct. Gandhiji's decision was correct. It was proved later. After a few years, the British landlords abandoned their estates, gave up the estates. They returned the estates to the peasants, and then the sharecropping system was also abolished, was also finished. Gandhiji never contented himself with large political or economic solutions. Gandhiji was never satisfied only by solving the big political issues, the major political issues. Gandhiji never ignored the small problems, because small problems lead to major problems. So he was not contented with solving the major issues only, with solving the big political problems only. He tried to solve small problems also. He saw the cultural and social backwardness in the Champaran villages and wanted to do something about it immediately. He saw that the people of Champaran were very backward. Their condition was very poor, economically, socially, and even they had cultural backwardness. So he wanted to do something immediately, without delay, for the betterment of the people of Champaran. He appealed for teachers, Mahadev Desai and Narhari Parikh, two young men who had just joined Gandhiji as disciples, and their wives volunteered for the work. They were not educated. Most of them were illiterate. So to give them education, Gandhiji invited some of the volunteers, and his two disciples who had recently become Gandhiji's disciples, followers, Mahadev Desai and Narhari Parikh, they came forward to educate the people of Champaran, the villagers of Champaran. Several more came from Bombay, Pune and other distant parts of the land. Devdas, Gandhiji's youngest son, arrived from the ashram, and so did Mrs. Gandhi. Not only these two disciples, several other followers of Gandhiji came from Bombay, Pune and other distant parts of India. And not only his followers, even Gandhiji's own son, his youngest son Devdas and his wife Kasturba, the both came from ashram for the service of the people of Champaran, to educate the people of Champaran. Primary schools were opened in 6 villages. Kasturbai taught the ashram rules on personal cleanliness and community sanitation. 6 primary schools, primary schools were opened in 6 villages. And Kasturba, Gandhiji's wife, used to teach them how to maintain cleanliness, how to maintain personal cleanliness and how to clean the surroundings. She taught them the lesson of cleanliness, the lesson of sanitation. Health conditions were miserable. Gandhiji got a doctor to volunteer his services for 6 months. Not only they were socially backward, economically backward, but their health condition was also very poor, pitiable. So Gandhiji got one doctor who was ready to give his service free of cost for 6 months. 3 medicines were available: castor oil, quinine and sulfur ointment. Anybody who showed a coated tongue was given a dose of castor oil. Anybody with malaria fever received quinine plus castor oil. Anybody with skin eruptions received ointment plus castor oil. 3 kinds of medicines were always available. If anybody had tongue problem, tongue infection, then he was given castor oil. If someone was suffering from malaria, he was given castor oil plus quinine. And the people suffering from skin disease were given castor oil plus ointment. Gandhiji noticed the filthy state of women's clothes. He asked Kasturba to talk to them about it. One woman took Kasturba into her hut and said, "Look, there is no box or cupboard here for clothes. The sari I am wearing is the only one I have. Gandhiji noticed that the women were not wearing clean clothes. So Gandhiji asked Kasturba to talk about these things to the women. When Kasturba told them, then one of the women told that they were wearing dirty clothes because they have no boxes, no trunks, no cupboards to keep their dresses properly, keep their saris properly. They took Kasturba to their houses, to their huts, and showed it to Kasturba. And the woman also told Kasturba that she had only one sari to wear. So how could she clean it? So that was the reason that most of them were wearing filthy clothes, dirty clothes. During his long stay in Champaran, Gandhiji kept a long distance watch on the ashram. He sent regular instructions by mail and asked for financial accounts. Once he wrote to the residents that it was time to fill in the old latrine trenches and dig new ones, otherwise the old ones would begin to smell bad. It was not that Gandhiji was in Champaran, then he had totally forgotten his ashram. From time to time, he used to send messages to the members of ashram. Once he sent message to the people of his ashram that if the old latrine trenches are filled, then they must dig the new ones. Otherwise, those old ones which are filled would emit bad smell. Okay, children, that's all. Thanks.